Self-promotion, one of the worst parts of being a self-employed freelancer. I hate it. But it has to happen, and you do have to know how to do it properly. So here are my 3 tips for self-promotion. Number 1, having an online presence or cutting together a showreel, having a CV, etc., etc. It is important to maintain some sort of presence online. That's just the way things are going these days. Now, it doesn't have to be much. It could be a website, a business social media, but at least set up a business email address. That just makes you look a hell of a lot more professional. Personally, I do all of the above. I have my own business email address. I have a website which lays out all of my work, or well, some of my work or a selection of my work. And then I also have a contact page so people can get in touch. I also have my showreel on there, which I update yearly. And the showreel is simply jobs from that year that I've cut together to a little bit of music and popped that up there as a display of my range of work. I also do have a Facebook page as well as an Instagram page. I've got to admit, I've been kind of ignoring the Facebook page because I found that a lot more of my work can be displayed on Instagram instead. Facebook, it is a visual medium as well, but a lot more people tend to notice the work on Instagram, so I tend to focus all of my energy that way. And Instagram is a really good platform to work on, especially if you're in a visual medium. So being a director of photography or a photographer or anybody really who has some sort of visual medium finds Instagram a lot more appealing to their business practices. You treat it as kind of a portfolio, and making that a business account makes it more professional and a little bit nicer for clients to find. You've also got to be careful about what you post there as well. Just make sure all of your posts kind of tie into your general vibe or your general style and aren't just random things. Do that on your personal account. So what do you do if you don't work in a visual medium or have a job that's more catered to the visual realm? Well, you'd probably want to look at replacing a showreel with a CV and at least having a website and a business email to direct your clients to. Sure, you could still have an Instagram and a more online social media presence if that's what you want to as well, but focus your energy onto a website and onto a CV. And if you don't have any idea about how to write a film CV, I'd recommend having a look and seeing if you can find other people in your area who do a similar job to you and ask them to view their CV if they're happy for you to do that. What I personally did is I went online, I found a Freelancer's webpage where people had all of their CVs listed with this management company. I was able to download and have a look at those CVs, get all the information I needed about different ways to lay it out, and then work my own out. Tip number 2 is actually being active on social media and on groups on social media. The key here is be active, but don't spam. Nobody likes a spammer. Find groups on Facebook that are relevant to what you do. Places where you can mingle with other creatives and get some tips for your own business. It also allows you to keep in touch with the community and keep up to date with what's happening in your local community. And it's also useful for jobs. You can find lots of new contacts that way as well. Let's backtrack a little bit and go back to spamming, because I think that's a really important note to make, because you do need to make contacts in this industry, yes, but you don't want to be that person who's constantly spamming the people you work with. Firstly, cold calling is not going to get you far, despite what your university lecturers may say. Yeah, I'm guaranteed that it probably has worked sometimes, but it's not the best method. Same goes for cold emailing, but emailing is actually a better method of doing it now. Now, don't nag people for work or anything, but you can at least use emails to get in touch with production companies that you might want to work with or individuals that you might want to work under. Be kind and polite in your email conversations. Don't be abrupt, or don't copy and paste your emails from one person to the other. Just write them to the individual and do your research. Also, remember to leave any contact information that you want to leave in there, as well as examples of your work or your CV. And if they don't get back to you, don't feel disheartened. If you do want to chase it up, chase it up. I'd recommend waiting a handful of weeks and then chasing it up, and then if they don't get back to you a second time, my rule of thumb is maybe don't contact them for a while or again until you feel necessary, because they may not have enough work for you or just may not want to get in touch. And that's totally fine. See, typically people in this industry don't mind being approached if you do it nicely and in a good manner. You could also meet people at events. Now, finding these events is quite easy. You can just jump on Facebook in those groups I was mentioning. You can find those events usually posted there. Otherwise, try and look at local guilds in your area. So for instance, in Australia, I'm a member of the ACS, and the ACS put on a bunch of good stuff during the year, events that you can go to, screenings, Q&As. They're really valuable experiences, and more often than not, you can attend for free if you remember. And the third thing I want to talk about is proving yourself on set. You are effectively a walking, talking billboard, and you're promoting yourself. So just make sure that you are the best you can be on set. Approach every job that way, regardless of whether it's paid or not paid or in between. Attitude is absolutely everything. If you have a good attitude on set, you're going to be hired again. That person is going to like the way you're acting on set. They're going to like the way that you are performing, you're getting the job done. And all in all, you're going to have a better day if you just knuckle down and do the job. So the key here is to just have a professional manner and a friendly attitude to get the job done. Making a good impression is your highest priority if you're working with somebody for the first time, and don't let it slip the second time around. Make sure you still maintain that friendly, approachable vibe. It doesn't matter if you make a mistake. If you do make a mistake, tell somebody about it, because if you tell somebody you're working with you made a mistake on something, they're not going to care. They're going to be like, great, thanks for telling me, move on. However, if you make a mistake and don't tell anybody, then problems can happen. So just always try to do your best, but if you make a mistake, don't worry. Also, nobody likes a walking, talking ego, so don't be one. And that is my 3 tips for freelancing and self-promotion. I hope you enjoyed this video. It is rather similar to a couple of other videos I've done about freelancing. I'm going to leave a link to those down in the description for you. But if you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a big fat thumbs up. And if you would like to see more of my face and learn a little bit more about filmmaking in the process, remember to subscribe, and I'll see you next Sunday.